So y'all, imagine if you just sitting on the toilet, taking a shit, just scrolling on your phone, scrolling on TikTok, you know what I'm saying? Doing whatever you do when you take a shit. That ain't got nothing to do with me. And you know what I'm saying? You doing it, and all of a sudden you feel the water bubbling up on you. You're a little confused, so you look down, but before you can even look down, boom! A snake gets you. That's the video that we're watching today. What's up, y'all? It's Tay2Turn, or you could just call me Tayden, and today, we are looking at something different. Now, I've seen weird stories, but never one like this. This motherfucker is talking about a snake bit his pee-pee off. How does that even happen? That's one of my worst fears, because you're very vulnerable when you're like taking a shit or peeing or whatever, and something is just like, ugh, that's just nasty. But I thought I was to start a little series called, you know what I'm saying, Reaction Wednesdays, where I just react to, put the gameplays aside and react to weird videos. So yeah, let's just get into it.
When I decided to go to toilet, we had just been off a 10-hour flight and I was bursting.
Right.
So I sat down on the toilet with my headphones on, listening to music, when I suddenly felt something pulling on my cucumber. My first reflex was to jump up and look down. I saw a big, long snake that had sunk its teeth into my cucumber. Now, before I continue telling the story, please take a look at this image of a snake's mouth. It has dozens of sharp teeth that are hook-shaped, so they can hold on to their prey. They normally only eat mice.
Shoot. I know somebody that's like that and they not a snake.
Mice, rats, or chipmunks. But my cucumber must have looked tasty or something, and once the snake had bitten into it, it didn't let go again. I started screaming and ran out of the toilet, with the snake still holding on to my cucumber. When I saw my mom, I screamed, "Ah, help me!" But my mom just started screaming too and didn't help at all. So, in the end, I tried to pull the snake's mouth open, but this made the snake bite down even harder. And that's when it happened. My cucumber got bitten off, and the snake swallowed 4/5 of it. I knew I had to go to the hospital ASAP, but first I asked my mom to catch the snake and cut it open, so that we could later sew my cucumber back together.
How did this even happen? You're at a hotel, 5-star hotel, I think that's what he said, I don't remember, y'all gotta tell me. And you're sitting here telling me that you were on the toilet just jamming to that new Playboy Cardi or that new mixtape or whatever the fuck you listening to. You're telling me that you just randomly feel some shit just clench onto you? That is, how the fuck does that even happen?
Fortunately, my mom was too scared and the snake escaped.
Scary asshole.
Meanwhile, I found a taxi to get to a hospital, but the driver kept arguing how my blood was ruining his seats. I got so angry, I used my left arm to pull him out of his own taxi while holding my cucumber with my right hand. I had never driven a car before, but it wasn't that complicated. And after 20 minutes of driving, I had found a hospital.
How the fuck is he still alive? If a snake bit your shit off, how the fuck are you still like able to drive, able to walk around, able to do anything? Like, it just don't make no sense.
I ran into the lobby. I was covered in blood and screamed, "Help! Help!" When the nurses saw me, they immediately brought me into the emergency room. I still hoped that they could somehow save my cucumber, but the doctors just kept on asking me whether it was a poisonous snake or not. But, how was I supposed to know that?
I'm not no zookeeper, but if it was a long, big snake, it was more than likely not venomous. So you could have just told them it was a long, venomous snake or your ex-girlfriend. And you know what I'm saying, that was clinging onto your pee-pee. And you know what I'm saying, that's just what happened.
Well, it took 20 hours of operating on me until the doctors were able to fix my cucumber enough so that I could pee relatively normally into a toilet again. However, the doctors told me that I would never be able to make love to a woman again. And to make things worse, there were several TV crews outside my hospital room, trying to interview the boy that had lost his cucumber. Seriously? Do you think I want to tell the whole world that my cucumber was bitten off by a snake while sitting on a toilet? Well, when I finally arrived back in the US, my girlfriend was waiting for me at the airport.
Damn.
And,
You can't give out no dilt no more. You can't you can't do nothing. I mean, you can, eat a little, you know what I'm saying? Eat a little some. I mean, if that's what you want to do, but you can't, damn. Oh my God.
We were both raised strictly Catholic and still virgins. We had planned to have our first time after we got married, but now I had to tell her about my condition. We sat down at an ice cream cafe. And I'm not joking, but she ordered herself a banana split. I waited until she was finished eating.
Bro, what the fuck? Ironic fucking Lee, bro. This shit is funny as fuck. This is the funniest shit I've ever seen.
And then I told her the news. I told her how I had lost my cucumber on my trip to Thailand. I expected her to feel sorry for me or something, but she just said she wanted to take a look at it in the bathroom. And well, when I showed it to her, she started laughing so hard that tears were...
That is so, look at her fucking face. That is so embarrassing. I've never been embarrassed. So y'all went to a bathroom. You pulled your pants down, show her and she started laughing at you. That break up with that hoe immediately. I would never speak to her the fuck again.
Running down her face. I have to admit that her reaction completely destroyed the little confidence that I had left. After she had calmed down, I asked her if she was okay with the fact that I would never be able to make love with her. At least not in the conventional way. Luckily, she said she didn't mind. But the next day, when I asked her to go out, she said she was busy. And afterwards, she completely stopped responding to my messages. I have to tell you, it hurts to be rejected because of your body. Because of something you have no control over and that you can't change. I felt like such a loser. I thought I would never be able to satisfy any girlfriend I had.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta eat. You feel me? You can't just sit there and, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just sit there and just not do anything. You can just eat. Like, just eat. Y'all know what I mean? Eat.
I grew so insecure that whenever a girl started talking to me, I ended the conversation as quickly as possible. I didn't want a new girlfriend because I was scared of having to tell her about my embarrassing condition. But after 6 months, 2 guys came up to me at college. They were both laughing and asked me if a snake had really bitten off my cucumber. And I started blushing so hard that I basically admitted that it was true. It turns out that my ex got drunk at a college party and told everyone about my accident in Thailand.
Cause ain't no way that you trying to sit here and tell me that you got drunk, high out your fucking mind, whatever the fuck you was doing. I don't give a fuck. You got control of your motherfucking self, and you ran your motherfucking mouth about some shit that I felt comfortable to tell you about, that I didn't want nobody else to know, and you laughed at me. You stopped texting my phone. You fucking with other people. He is better than me.
Onwards, everyone at my college called me Miss P because I had a missing, you know what. For the next 3 years, I basically stopped talking to girls and instead completely focused on college. I think I wanted to get straight A's to compensate for what I was lacking, but I just grew more and more frustrated. And I came to the conclusion that if lesbians make it work, that I can make it work too. And that's when I decided to start dating again. And I met my current girlfriend, Suzanne, at a college party. It took me 5 dates with her to work up the courage to tell her about my condition. And luckily, she wasn't creeped out or anything. I mean, she giggled a bit, but I can deal with that. And since meeting her, I realized that even though I lost my cucumber, I can still make her happy. I mean, lesbians can make each other happy too. So in the end, I'm grateful that my old girlfriend broke up with me, because otherwise I would have never met Suzanne. And I can't tell you how much I love her. She is much nicer than my ex. In fact, 2 months ago, I had a very important homework assignment in my college economics course. I was supposed to write 5,000 words about the dual system theory, but I was down with a cold and spent my whole weekend laying in bed with high temperature. But then my girlfriend gave me a stack of papers. She had done my homework for me. I can't tell you how grateful I was. And since then, I've helped her several times with her homework, because I want to make sure I always give more than I take. So thank you for listening to my story, and please subscribe to this channel for daily animated stories.
Okay, y'all. So what's the moral of the story today? Never use the bathroom without checking to see if there's something inside of it, because you never know what could be inside that fucking toilet. It could be a whole piranha just come through and just bite the whole thing off, nuts included. But hopefully y'all enjoyed the Reaction Wednesdays. I'm gonna start making that a weekly series that I'm gonna have on my channel. Subscribe. I love y'all so much. Subscribe to join the Turn Crew. Fuck, I can't speak. I love y'all so much. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.